Hello, hello, hello. Sir David DeBard. I'm here at the Air Force. They're teaching me to drive one of these atomic bombers. You steering a little bit left, up, down. Oh, hell, there's the keyboard. Anyway, let me tell you something. You see my Air Force hat? Now, a lot of people will see this and go, oh, you must be an Air Force guy. It's not true. People look and they judge. What their eyes see, their brain believes. Anyway, Sir David DeBard, I'm here to tell you the progress of my Bard machine. As Anna calls it, the anti-Danite machine. Now, Anna, I never mention you on my videos, but when you ask if you could ride in my Danite machine, my answer has to be only in the back seat. With me. Anyway, you're cute. You know I love you. Alright, here's the report. This is harder to go into business than you think it is if you're not in business yourselves. I got a business license. It's the Mobile Art Company. Mobile Art. When somebody sues you, how do you argue what's art and what's a sign? What's art and what's a sign? So I think I got him screwed up there. So I went over to the police department again and I went down through the traffic rules and regulations. They said no. There is no reason to pull you over because you have a sign on your car. So I had to put the front license plate. I usually drive without a front license plate because the cameras in Utah take a picture of the car and it's the front license plate and you get a ticket. Most Utah people don't ride with a front license plate because of the mechanical cameras. Anyway, I have designed and put together the damn sign. Now let me tell you, this was not an easy task for a 70-year-old man, and my fingers and my hands don't work, neither does my brain. But anyway, I got it laid out and got it to stand up, and it was so flimsy I thought it's going to blow off the car if someone sneezes. So I go, dang. So I had to go back to Home Depot down here in Kangaroo City. They have a big Home Depot. I hate going in there because the kangaroos don't speak much English, but hey, anyway, I had to get some steel. And so I had to reinforce the damn sign with steel. Well, now I had to put it on the roof of a $30,000 car, new, without screwing the car up. That was a problem. Then it leaned over, and I don't want it to lean over, so now I had to put two braces from the other side onto the sign to hold it up. So I go over to the sign man who's making me the sign, and the sign is 2 feet by 4 feet. It ain't no little tiny sign. It's legal, and it goes under hamburger, what do you call those things? Now patios, where it doesn't tear it off, gas stations, whatever. Anyway, he comes out, he says, here, let me put a 2 by 4 sign in there. It's a blank sign, but go ahead and drive it and test it. I said, well, I really think we ought to put a couple of screws in it. No, no, no. It's not going to fall off. I hate being a genius. I hate it because there's no one to talk to. Just stupid people. Anyway, I drive it around town. It does pretty good. I go, well, I've got to go from town to town, and I have to go out on the Kangaroo Freeway. Speed limit out there is 70, 75, sometimes 80. So I get over in the fast kangaroo lane. And if you've got more than 2 kangaroos in the car, you can use the diamond lane. So I just seatbelt them in the front so the police can see there's 3 people in that car. Anyway, I'm driving along and I've got my signs. I got my American flags just flying in the wind. Everyone, hey, hey, he's an American. See, they judge. They look and judge. Look and judge. I'm not an American. Yes, I am. Anyway, the flags kind of fooled some of them. So I go 65. Sign's doing fine. 75. The sign says, screw it. I'm out of here. He blows up, rips my flag off, And I never saw him again. I hope he didn't hurt anybody. I didn't think I hurt anybody. I went back the next day looking for it because it's $20. It was just a blank aluminum sign. Anyway, so now we've had to make a few adjustments to the sign so it doesn't fly out on the freeway. So anyway, today I took my first drawings to the sign man, and he's going to put them in the sign and then send them to me, and I have to approve it. Then I got to pay him $160 for a two-sided sign that goes into my sign rack. So anyway, it's not like I haven't been hassling the Mormons. This is funny shit. It's funny to me. It may not be funny to you. I don't care. I enjoy my life. I'm living my life. I have free agency. I have free speech. I have a constitution. And I don't pay money to a cult. I pay it to me. Makes me happy. So anyway, I go over to Desert Industries. Now that's one of my favorite places. I think I'm going to get a no trespass order any day from Desert Industries. I love to buy Mormon stuff. Now let me tell you something I think is hilarious. My wife didn't. She still believes. But I got a nice picture of Monson. Nice picture of Monson. And I tied it to my back windshield wiper. So he goes back and forth like a clown. Back and forth. And people see that, hey, he's a Mormon. He's a Mormon. He's proud of that prophet. So I got the flags on there. I've got Monson. And I've got a picture of the Salt Lake Temple on the front. On the front. So people are going to say, hey, that son of a bitch, he's a hardcore Mormon. And I'm looking for an old triple combination to put up on the dashboard. And I have a BYU shirt. And I need a BYU hat. I got to go down to BYU and get me a hat. But I got a BYU shirt and a hat. Makes me look as Mormon as can be. And I bought the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, Come, Come Ye Saints. And I have it on repeat. It just goes over and over and over. And so I put my windows down. And I'm driving along. How could anyone think that's not a Mormon? Well, anyway, it's the Trojan horse bard. That's what it really is. Now, I'm over at DI. I found these really nice little antique Coke bottles. And I'm buying them. I'm up at the counter. And I see this guy walk by in a white shirt. Now, anytime in the Mormon church, if a guy has a white shirt, there's two things you know about him. One is he's an asshole, and two, he's in charge asshole. So I say to Mr. Asshole, I say, now, can I ask you, does the Mormon church pay the salaries of these people? I've noticed you've got a lot more people in here than you used to have. He says, well, we pay them from the profits that are going through the register. When we charge people things, then we keep that money and make payroll with it. I said, so there's no federal monies in here anywhere. Oh, no, does the Mormon hokey pokey. And the thing is, the Mormons don't tell their own people the truth. So when the people lie to you, they don't think they're lying. That's what they've been told by a prophet that talks to Jesus, so they know they're right. Well, he said, you know, you ask a lot of questions when you come in here. Are you an investigator or something? I said, I don't have to answer that. Well, you know, he was a bishop. He's not used to people saying, fuck you. So I said, no, I don't have to give you that information. He said, well, what's your name? I said, I don't have to give you that information either. He said, well, it looks like you kind of come in and try to find something wrong all the time. I make no comment. I said, I'm buying 2 Coke bottles. Well, are you looking for problems? I said, no, I'm buying 2 Coke bottles. Says, well, it just seems like every time you come in here, you have a question. I said, no, I'm just buying 2 Coke bottles. They hate being treated like that because their own people worship them. They worship them. No. I said, now you sure there's no federal monies in? No federal monies. Okay. The BART goes over. I flew in from Kangaroo City over to the town that Deseret Industries has a business license. And of course, you know they're non-profit. And they think that they don't have to provide an exchange or a refund if their products don't work. They're sold as is with absolutely no refund and no return. So I go over and I look at their licenses. That's public information. So I go over there to their licenses, and boy, they don't want to show you all those Mormons that run those companies, and the state and city people don't want anyone looking at Mormon stuff. So I said, can I see the licenses of Deseret Industries? That's public knowledge. Okay, so she brought them out. Well, I looked down through them. It says it's a thrift store, and it showed the people who advertised and who wrote up the license and everything. And I come across one, and it's in 2009. And yesterday I saw it. It said, thrift store, federally funded rehabilitation. Federally funded rehab. Now, I've been in federally funded rehab, not me, but I used to run different agencies, and I know what that is. That is, if you set up a whole bunch of chairs and put retarded people around them and have them string beads, you can charge $3,000 a month to teach them to string beads. Well, I took a picture today because I didn't believe. I thought they were going to sanitize that file. I got over there before they did sanitize it, and I took a picture of that year's license. It says it's federally funded rehabilitation. Well, if it is, they haven't put it on any of their other licenses. Somebody, I think, screwed up. I think somebody screwed up and put it on there. And now when they get a license, they just put thrift store, thrift store, thrift store. I think they're collecting federal monies for all of those illegal immigrants that are in there and all the people who don't speak English. And I happened to come across a young man the other day, and I asked him, you know, do they take 10% of your salary out to tithe to the Mormon Church? He says, no. I said, well, they used to. He said, well, I'm not a member of the church. I said, that's shocking. You're not a member of the Mormon Church and you're working for DI? Yeah. Now, I start putting two together. And it comes out to be do. A federally funded workshop must hire without discrimination. No age, no sex, no sexual orientation, no religion. If you're going to take federal monies, you treat everyone the same. Suddenly I'm seeing more and more federal employees in there, and I'm seeing people that aren't members of the church. Now, if you think the Mormon Church brought them in because they're trying to convert them, you're nuts. They brought them in because they're worth $3,000 to $5,000 a month. Federal money, as long as the Mormon Church sits them down at a table and says 2 and 2 is 4 equals, now put your answer down. That's a federally funded workshop. I haven't had time because you people are bitching and bugging me because you haven't reported. Are you dead? No, I'm not dead. God, I'm busy. This is hard shit. This is hard shit. I had to get my license and my registration and everything put into packets and plastic. So when the police pull me over, I can just hand it out. I know I'm going to get pulled over. I'm going to have the Tabernacle Choir on and Monson doing this in the back. So they won't pull me over as often. Anyway, it takes time to put a business together, and it takes time not to get arrested and or sued. Now, I'm probably going to get sued. There'll probably be civil suits that I'm defaming a business. But truth is the defense for libel. If I'm telling the truth, I can put any sign up I want. So anyway, I took my drawing down to the painter today. He's painting it. $160. Both sides of the sign will say the same thing. And it should be up here in the next 3 or 4 days. And I'll take a picture of it. Take a video of it, walk around. And I'll show you Monson in the back, Mormon temple in the front, the tabernacle music playing, the flags flying. I have a little sign that says, "Families are forever." And I have another sign. I can't think what it is. But I'm looking for an angel Moroni for a hood ornament. Now, you young people, you have no idea what a hood ornament is. In the 50s, 60s, a little bit in the 70s, every car had a hood ornament in the front of the car on the hood. They used to stab pedestrians and kill them. So Ralph Nader said, "Take those off," and we did. But if I can find a little angel Moroni, I'm going to glue him up there at the front as a hood ornament. I don't think, as long as it doesn't stick out where it's going to, stab somebody, I think they're still legal. So anyway, I'm working on it. Now let me end my video here with an experience I had, again, downtown in this little town when I flew in from Kangaroo City. They were having a very nice sidewalk sale. All the stores had all their little trinkets and trumpets and everything outside. Now, in this town, you're not allowed to put a sign on a sidewalk. Sidewalk is public property, and you have to be able to move around on a sidewalk. So what they do in Utah, I don't believe it while I'm saying it. They hire people, I guess pay them $7 an hour, and they have a sign, and they're twisting the sign and moving. As long as you're moving, they're allowed to be on a sidewalk. So these sign people standing on the corner, they're all doing this, and there's probably 2 or 3 a day that I see. They've got their headphones on, and they're usually young kids and whatever. Well, I was driving through the middle of town looking at all these sales that were going on, and I see this gorgeous blonde. Oh my God, that ain't Molly Mormon. Probably 110 pounds, nice breast, beautiful blonde hair, and the biggest, cutest smile you ever saw. And she's got one of these signs. And I thought, man, I bet she's getting $10 an hour. That's bringing in a lot of business. So I waved to her. She doesn't do shit. None of the girls do anymore. Only Anna and Sir Girl. If I wave, they get out of here. Anyway, I drive across town. I come back, and by damn, she's still there. She's doing it. I said, God, she doesn't even slow down. She doesn't even stop. So I wave again. She ignores me, and this time I'm, on her side of the road. So I said, well, the Bard's old, he's fat. She doesn't know how famous I am, but anyway. I look at her feet. Her legs are beautiful, but her feet were on a machine. So, hey, what the hell is that? So I pull over and I park. She's a robot! She's a robot! She doesn't look like any Mormon 600-pound woman standing out there with old kinky curlers in her hair and a muumuu and her garments hanging down to her ankles. She looked good. So I fell in love with a robot. So I went over and I took several pictures of her. If I get a chance, I'll put them up. It's so much trouble for me these days because my hands don't work and I can't type and that kind of stuff. But anyway, I just want to let you know that the Mormons have come up with a new advertising gimmick, and that is a robot woman moving the sign, evidently meeting the law because no one's taken her down. I would have liked to take her down, but she wouldn't lay still. She'd just keep doing this. And I've had several wives like that. I don't want that anymore. So anyway, I do have health in the navel, marrow in the bone, strength in the loins, and power and priesthood be upon me and upon my posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. The robot girl made my closet full of blow-up dolls very jealous. Bard's gone.